What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show, and this was the most frustrating game you can ever imagine. And I know a lot of people are going to try their best to not do it and not say it, but this loss falls squarely on the shoulders of Jaden and Bill. They both made costly mistakes that cost us big time, and even at the end, where all Washington had to do was score a point, a field goal, a touchdown, something, Jaden is already, instead of corralling the ball to make sure he has a grasp on the ball, no, he tries to pass it off to Bill, and Bill can't corral the ball because it's not placed in his gut. And the fumble happens, and the Commanders go down to the Chicago Bears 25-24 in a game that they had in the bag. I mean, starting out in the game, it was like, okay, what's going on? First off, let's talk about Jaden a little bit. Why was Jaden rushing to throw the ball? Like, there were times where he had time in the pocket and he was sitting up there rushing, throwing passes. Like the interception, all he had to do was take his time, pump faked it, and then threw the ball, and he would have given Debo a touchdown. But no, he's in a rush to throw the ball, all game. All we saw was Jaden seeming like he was rushing to throw the ball instead of giving himself some time and just relaxing, then throwing the ball. But even with that, we come back, and then Bill fumbles. Bill has a huge fumble in the game. Then, when everything is said and done, Washington is on top 24-22. All they got to do is run the clock out. And the two culprits from earlier, Jaden and Bill, another fumble, cost us the game. And again, I know a lot of people are not going to want to sit here. They're not going to want to blame Jaden. The defense actually stepped up. Well, they stepped up some, because let's talk about that too. Letting DeAndre Swift, who was doing nothing the entire season, let DeAndre Swift sit up there and carve you up like that, running the ball, that made 0 sense. I mean, our secondary stepped up because we didn't hear those receiver names at all. But for some reason, the defensive line could not stop a team that clearly had no passing game. Like, if all they had to do was stop DeAndre Swift on a few carries, and this game is a different game. You don't sit up there and, again, DeAndre Swift has done nothing the entire season. Clearly, our secondary shut down the receivers. Like, we didn't hear, I think we might have heard Rome Odunze's name once. DJ Moore, we heard him about maybe a couple times. Luther Burden, you only heard his name one time. So clearly, the passing game was shut down. You didn't really hear Colston Love's name like that, and you didn't hear Cole Kmet's name like that. But somehow, some way, all the secondary needed you to do was stop the run, and our front defensive line did not do that. And understand, this ain't even one of the more elite backs. DeAndre Swift is not one of the more elite backs, and you could not stop him. You could not stop him. Y'all were getting to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams would make a play here, play there, but it was all DeAndre Swift that was sitting up there making the plays. You can't win games if you can't stop the run, especially when your secondary is playing so well. Your secondary was playing very well. And y'all could not stop the dang run. DeAndre Swift was carving us up running the ball. Should not have been able to run through holes that big. But clearly, nobody came to stop the run. And I am going to go back to Jaden, Daniel, and Bill. Because again, their turnovers was very costly to this game. The interception that Jaden shouldn't have thrown, that was costly. Bill's fumble, that was costly. And then at the end of the game, the exchange between Jaden and Bill, that cost us. And I know people are going to talk about, well, the ball was wet, the environment. Well, why didn't DeAndre Swift have the same fumbling issue? How come DeAndre Swift didn't have the exact same issues that Bill somehow had? Bill was running the ball at times, and that's another thing. I can't wait till Terry McLaurin comes back. Terry McLaurin is the activator to this dry-ass Jerry curl. Because it's insane at how you can play, like turnovers, they cost so much when you turn the ball over. It costs big time. And we're not the type of team to, especially when we got guys injured, we're not the type of team to come back from things like that. And I'm going to tell you something. To see DeAndre Swift carve up that defensive line like they were just Swiss cheese and he was just running through the holes. Like he saw Swiss cheese and said, there's a hole right there, I'll run through that one. And while I'm at it, I'll run through this hole that's on the side over here too. I mean, it's insane at how much DeAndre Swift was just running the ball without a single person seeming like they were going to contest him running. Like, it's insane. Now, and here's another thing. Now, with this loss, we're now down in the NFC, the conference. So you got the loss against the Atlanta Falcons. You got the loss against now the Chicago Bears, and who else? Because I think we're now 1-3 in the conference. Because we beat the Giants. So we're now 1-3 in the conference. And to be 1-3 in the conference, that doesn't bode well for us. It really doesn't. Because it puts us in a situation where, no, we're 1-2. We're 1-2 in the conference. We're 1-2 in the conference because we're now at a point where, no, we're 1-3 in the conference because we lost to Green Bay, we lost to Atlanta, and now we lost to Chicago. We're now not in a good space in the NFC as a whole, especially when you're seeing teams jockeying for positions already. Atlanta shocked the world and beat Buffalo. Atlanta shocked the world and beat Buffalo. So now here we are, the Commanders, in a situation where we're down bad in our own NFC conference. We're 1-3 in the conference. And we got Dallas coming up next. I think we got our next games are Dallas, Kansas City, and I think Detroit. I think those are our next 3 games. So, I mean, what are we going to do at this point? What are we going to do at this point? Because now it just seems like we're not, it just seems like we're not even trying. I can't wait till Terry come back. Because to me, Terry makes that big of a difference in this offense. He there were times where I didn't see a slant play, a really good slant play. None of that. And again, contrary, did Jaden have some good plays? Yes, he had some good plays. He threw that, I mean, the pass to Chris Moore, great. The pass to Luke McCaffrey, great. The 2 passes to Luke McCaffrey, absolutely great. But your initial interception, that was a costly one. Then instead of just corralling the ball, knowing that it's slipping out your hands, instead of just sitting there and corralling the ball, you try to pass it off knowing you didn't have a solid grasp of the ball. And Bill is sitting there trying to corral the ball, and he can't do it because he's waiting for it to be in his bread basket, and it's not there. Man. I don't know, y'all. I mean, at this current moment, what we seeing right now is that we're now at a situation where we're already down in the conference. And unless we go on a massive run, we may be in a situation where we might not make the playoffs due to the fact that we've lost so many conference games this early already. We're already 0-2 in the NFC North. We're 0-2 in the NFC North. We're 0-2 in the NFC North. The Atlanta game is an outside game, so that's 3 games, and we only beat the Giants. That's the only NFC game that we won. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go. I honestly don't know. Because I mean, this was very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. And to not only lose, but to lose after going up. And all you needed was just a score. Just one measly score. Understand, a field goal still wins you this game. And that's another thing. I mean, Mike Gay. Mike Gay. I mean, jeez, man. I mean, he always seems to miss a field goal at the most inappropriate time. Because again, you're talking about all we needed was a field goal. All we needed was a field goal. We would have won. We would have won that game. Y'all tell me what y'all think. How do y'all feel about what happened in this game? For me, this was a very frustrating game because, I mean, I just could not understand what the hell they were doing in the first half. And then the fact that the defense just let DeAndre Swift, who was doing nothing, carve them up in a way that you just could not. Like, they didn't even give this type of, like, you expect this type of output from a Bijan Robinson. You expect this type of output from a Saquon Barkley, a Josh Jacobs. DeAndre Swift was doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we sat up there and we let them come back and win the game. And you saw what happened. I told y'all this was a get-back game for them. So now we done already lost 2 beef games. Already. The beef with Atlanta, they got their lick back. The beef with Chicago, they got their lick back. Now we're looking stupid as we deal with Dallas in hopes of us getting back at them. And we can't even stop the run. We can't even stop the run. And this, like I said, this falls on Jaden and Bill, because those turnovers between the two of them, 3 turnovers is basically between the 3 turnovers is between the two of them. Jaden throws a pick, Bill fumbles, and then Jaden and Bill fumble whatever the exchange was. This is on them two. But them two were the reason that we lost. Y'all tell me what y'all think. How many of y'all agree with me? How many of y'all disagree with me? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. On to Dallas, y'all. Other than that, this has been your man, John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.